Buddy Hield has been on fire to start off his time with the Golden State Warriors, primarily being in a six-man role. Now let's take a look at all 5 players drafted before Buddy Hield in the 2016 draft and see where they are now. At number 1, we have Ben Simmons. He hasn't really played most of the past 3 years. There's been injuries, there's been just things going on, and yeah, he just hasn't played much, and that's the key thing, right? If Ben Simmons can stay healthy, he's going to be one of the best defenders and really playmakers at that kind of power forward and center position in the NBA, right? And he's kind of playing a small ball 5 role this year in Brooklyn so far, averaging around 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. But like I said, the big key for him is health. So if he can stay on the court, right, he's going to be, like I said, one of the best defenders in the league. He's also going to be one of the best point forwards in the NBA, like I said, from a playmaking perspective, a pass perspective, and just an IQ perspective overall. So I hope that Ben Simmons can stay healthy. He's a very talented player, and we will see how Ben Simmons' season plays out in 2025. At number 2, we have Brandon Ingram. He has been one of the most probably consistent players in the NBA over the past 5 years. I mean, you look at his stats, pretty consistently averaging around 23 points and 5 assists per game, roughly 48 to 49% from the field. Also high 80s as well from the free throw line. But yeah, his, time in the Pelicans, it's been interesting, right? It's been a struggle for both him and Zion to stay consistently healthy. So it's kind of tough to really see what the potential of this Pelicans team could be, especially because DeJounte Murray fractured his hand, so he's going to be out for the first part of this 2025 season. By the way, Ingram, he's been one of the most consistent scorers in the NBA throughout the past 5 to 6 seasons. Now, like I said, though, if him and Zion can stay healthy and the rest of this team can, get healthy as far as, DeJounte Murray and then CJ McCollum staying healthy, Trey Murphy still is going to come back as well. So if this team can put it all together, Ingram will obviously be an integral part of that. Maybe the Pelicans can make a deep playoff run. But yeah, his tenure has kind of been up and down from that perspective. The Pelicans haven't had as much playoff success as maybe Ingram would have hoped. By the way, super consistent player, all-star caliber player, and maybe this year if the Pelicans can put it all together from a health perspective, Ingram can be a crucial part of a deep playoff run. At number 3, we have Jaylen Brown. He's probably had one of the best calendar years of an NBA player. I mean, not only did he win a championship, but he won Conference Finals MVP. He won Finals MVP, which is crazy because he didn't play on Team USA and didn't even get selected for the team. But anyways, that's a whole other conversation. Regardless, though, Jaylen Brown, one of the best two-way players in basketball. You could argue the best scorer on a championship team. I know sometimes, him and Tatum can kind of be a 1A, 1B type deal. But yeah, at least to start off this season, he's kind of struggling shooting the basketball, but either way, Celtics, they're probably going to end up being the number 1 seed in the East, barring any health issues to, let's say, him or Tatum. But yeah, like I said, Jaylen Brown, one of the best two-way players in the NBA. Not much more I can say about him, just a very consistent scorer. He's developing, as a playmaker as well, and obviously is a terrific defender. So hopefully the Celtics can go back-to-back. I kind of think they will. I know this is coming from a Warriors fan, but I do think that the Celtics will end up going back-to-back this year. We will see what happens, though. The NBA is super unpredictable, and sometimes, you can't predict injuries and outcomes like that. And obviously the Warriors are looking very good this year. But yeah, Jaylen Brown, one of the best two-way players in the league, and hopefully he has a pretty great 2025 season and is once again an all-star. And who knows, maybe he can be an MVP candidate and possibly win another conference finals MVP or finals MVP, depending if the Celtics can go back-to-back. At number 4, we have Dragan Bender. He spent his first 3 seasons with Phoenix, was kind of supposed to be, a solid stretch big, and for the most part, I would say he did that in stretches throughout his first 3 years in the NBA. He also ended up playing with the Bucks and the Warriors in the 2020 season, so he got some playing time, at least with the Warriors when they kind of had that injury-filled year when Steph and Draymond were out for most of the year. But yeah, then he's been playing for a few teams overseas, but unfortunately, though, he did have some knee injuries, one of them being a torn ACL. But reportedly, he did sign with a team in Italy in August 2024, so the details of that will be up on the screen. But yeah, not sure if he's playing, though, at the moment. It did say in the report that, like I said, he's still recovering from those knee injuries that he's had over the past couple of years. But yeah, it looks like, though, for the most part, he's had a successful overseas career, and hopefully it continues to be that way. And, given his skill set, maybe we can see him back in the NBA one day. And lastly, at number 5, we have Chris Dunn. He started off his career with the Timberwolves and then was involved in the Zach LaVine, Jimmy Butler trade. And he had a couple nice years with Chicago. After that, though, he kind of had some trouble with injuries, only played 4 games for the Atlanta Hawks, then played 14 games with Portland. And then kind of late in the 2023 season, the Utah Jazz picked him up. He played extremely well. Last year, he had a pretty solid role, started a bunch of games, rotated also between coming off the bench, and the Clippers picked him up in the 2024 offseason. And so far, he's played pretty solid for them. You can definitely tell he's been developing his three-point shot more over the past couple years. He's always been an extremely good defender, one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA, so he's definitely kind of carved out a nice kind of niche role in the NBA as a, backup point guard, defensive specialist. And if he continues to improve that three-point shot, he's going to be a very valuable asset, not only to the Clippers, but maybe to other teams later on. But yeah, he's a very solid, veteran guard. Like I said, plays great defense, developing as a shooter, a good playmaker. He's just a really solid backup point guard you overall want on your team. But yeah, that is what happened to the 5 players drafted before Buddy Hield. Man, Buddy Hield has had an excellent season so far. We'll see, how the Warriors continue to fare throughout just the upcoming part of the season. They obviously got a tough schedule coming up. But yeah, Buddy Hield, he's been excellent. Just wanted to give him a shout out and kind of go over the players drafted before him. But yeah, if you guys do have any other ideas for the series, please let me know down in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.